Wairea, ko te whakariki, ko tō whakariki, tukua mai kia piri, tukua mai kia tata, kia whitirere āmanu ki te pai, oue nuku, haumie, hui e.
Hi, kia.
Kia ora te iwi, nau mai haere mai, welcome to Kōrero, ko Māsia hopa tēnei e mihi atu nei.
Ko Phoenix roka tēnei, e tuku mihi ana ki a koutou katoa, chur whānau.
Oh, and kikau, beautiful birds, flap them flaps. I'm Luke Bird the Birdman. We are here for Kōrero, NZME and iHeartRadio's best new seller, #1 podcast, Kōrero.
Self-proclaimed. Kia ora. And we're still talking about our glow up. And I'm saying that in particular because you are literally glowing.
You're literally glowing.
I just thought today I'll come in and, feel the energy. We've had a couple of runs already and we're doing really well. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to be the sunshine. I'm going to light up your nest, flap them flaps, and keep everyone going for gold.
And that's why Marcia's got her glasses on.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Let the sun shine in. I know. Well, you got to just make it work, right?
Kōrero.
Kōrero.
And that's
Kōrero. Kōrero. And so anyway, tahi.
Ngā mea. That is right, it's Kōrero, where we help to celebrate Te Reo Māori, have some fun, be entertaining, celebrate ourselves. And if you haven't guessed it already, we are all from the mighty north. Te Tai Tokerau is where all the talent's at. If you want to come at us for that, try it, I dare you.
Shamelessly Te Tai Tokerau. So kia utonu mai e hoa ma. It's all about inspiring our rangatahi, our whānau. Kuia kaumātua, whoever you are, we're here. Because if you want to be somebody...
And you want to go somewhere...
You better wake up and pay attention.
If you want to
be somebody and you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Oh, gosh, talk about a hotkey.
It must be hot here.
Anyway. How te kaupapa o te rā?
Oh, that's right, Iti Iwi. Ia Wiki, we bring you a kaupapa o te rā, or something to really look forward to or to talk about. And with that, we also bring in some fantastic manuhiri. Okay. Before we get into that, though, today's kaupapa o te rā is youth in politics, or youth politics in general, and hauora. And you know what, Phoenix? I know you know. But I'll let you introduce this one, actually. But the person we've got for the manuhiri today is, all I can say is, girls or boys, drrr, drrr.
What does that even mean?
You're listening at home, want to do that? Get your hands across the stomach, and if it does that, mate. Who is it, Phoenix?
That's right, Etiwi. We have the one and only Eru Kapa-Kingi joining us on the show a little bit later.
Say it with some gusto.
Eru Kapa-Kingi.
Say it with some mana.
That's as good as it gets, all right? Eru Kapa-Kingi is coming on the show later. He is making his way through youth politics, as we said.
Yes.
Hauora, Te Reo Māori. He's a lecturer at Auckland University. He is the son of Maria Meno Kapa-Kingi, the MP for Te Tai Tokerau. He's just a man of many traits. Pūkengaro no Te Tai Tokerau.
Yes.
Eru Kapa-Kingi coming.
And he's the hottest of the triplets. I mean, one of the triplets.
Marcia, we've said it out loud.
Sorry, guys.
I think they're all equally beautiful.
You know what? And have they all got a partner?
They all partners. They all partners. They all got babies. They're all spoken for well and truly.
But you know what? Truly, Eru Kapa-Kingi is here today. And what a guy. He's very much a game changer in terms of someone being quite young, youthful, but out there and not afraid to sort of speak at volume and hold people to account, but especially also in hauora. Like, you've seen it, Phoenix.
I've seen it.
You've seen it.
I touched it.
Oh, God. Boys
so
he's
well educated in both worlds, which makes him well prepared for any obstacle that he comes up against in his mahi. Well educated in Te Pākehā, well educated in Te Māori, so he's ready to go.
I love it, because in these days and times, for our rangatahi out there, he and his brothers, and they are the new stereotype.
Yes.
That is what Māori is.
The new that's right, not complacent.
Whetū tarake i te rangi.
Oh, yeah.
Oza.
Kaua mā te rārangi tōtika, don't go with the status quo. That's all about what he's about too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I
Who
love
are
that.
we?
Oh, who are we? Oh, are we a doctor in the house?
Reo, up and
Te kai hoa ma, so kaua huri ki te hana care. Don't swipe your app up. Don't go anywhere else. Kia utonu mai. Eru is coming in the whare very shortly.
Love it. Should we get into it?
We shall. Cafe.
That is right, beautiful people. It's time to sort of learn a little bit of Te Reo in a more easy, comfortable, breezy, daily caffeine style. And here in Aotearoa, we are a coffee connoisseurs. We drink coffee. We drink some of the most coffee in Australasia, and we're a small country, so we drink heaps of it. But It's a great way for you at home to sort of utilise your te reo in a more comforting, easy way without and with making mistakes. So today we thought we'll order a coffee. And you can go to your local cafe around Aotearoa and say, hey, I want this in te reo.
Tika.
Yes.
So our order for today is simply a short black.
Oh, what's short black?
Yes.
What'd you call me? Wow. Ouch. Right on
Simply
the
a
camera.
short black.
Short
now,
black.
see, for me, who doesn't drink coffee.
Should I just ask for a phoenix? Can
Yeah.
I get a
Pena
phoenix,
pena.
please?
Maybe we should pick a Māori pena.
Why would you want a handsome black, though?
Sorry, what you saying?
Yeah, it might be kawa. Oh, yeah, no. No, for me, who doesn't drink coffee,
Oh, Marcia, please.
what is a short black?
It's gross.
A short black is probably an original where espresso comes from. So in Italia, it's the pure shot of coffee. It's what a flat white latte mocha is made of, but then they add milk to it. So it's pure coffee. It's a hit.
Yeah.
It's caffeine. It's got
And
crema.
it's quite little.
It's a little piccolo cup, which
So
is
if you just go boom in the coffee machine with the grinds and you hit the button, brrr, all that
That's
stuff
it.
that comes out, that's the short black.
So if you want to order that though at your cafe, that's your go-to iara, then this is how you're going to do it in te reo.
Tika. He pango poto maku.
I don't know why I keep getting offended. Why do you keep
Well,
So
they're
offended.
wanting it, so
Oh,
you shouldn't be.
yeah, true.
He pango poto maku.
Aye.
Oh, let's stay with a bit of like, ooh, kia ora. He pango poto maku.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't know you like that, but
Here-
all right.
Here I am.
All right.
Pango poto maku.
It's
And
okay.
how does that translate?
Just a short black. Pango being black, short, poto, maku, of
So
course,
much
for me.
emphasis on the black.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
phoenix poto maku.
I was going to go, he pango phoenix maku.
Yeah.
Poto,
he
Erua,
pango,
erua.
erua.
Same.
Aye.
Oh, shish.
Yeah, it's quite cool though.
Pango poto mark.
And it's actually not as hard as you think. So give it a go, Iti Iwi. He
Yeah.
pango poto maku.
So Luke's going to walk into a shop and say what?
I'm going to be greeted by my barista who is
Yes.
going to be in. We're going to go to Takanini.
Yes, well, I'm going to. Tēnā koe.
Pakanini.
Tēnā koe. Oh, pai tō kakahu e ho.
Oh, tēnā koe te pango poto maku. Oh, no, sorry.
You're not ordered yet.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Kia ora. And then, yeah.
He hato here.
Oh, kia ora e hoa. He pango poto maku.
Ah, aye. Okay.
Okay.
And there we go. We
And then I
ordered it.
drink it and it's
Yeah.
Yeah. So those is just literally a
It's
shot.
just a shot of coffee.
And you just
Short black. And you just sip it back or take it straight back and boom, you are litty titty.
for the
There
day.
you go. He pango poto maku. Yuck. That's kiki cafe, cafe.
Boom shakalaka.
Reheko.
Let's commence.
That's right, Eti. We have come to our section. Tēnei wahanga e kia ko, reheko. He wahanga hei tākoro tētahi kēmu. Te kēmu o te ata nei, o te rā nei, ko
Hara mai te teka.
hara mai te teka.
Oh.
Or I know you lying.
I know you're lying.
Now you
I
learn.
know
How
you
does it
lying.
work?
So the way it
Ngā
works
ture.
is we kind of compete against each other. I can say something like, I know 5 kapahaka songs. And then you could be like, well, I know 6 and I know 7. So we place our bets. And then if we think someone's like, that's a teka, you say, hara mai te teka.
Hara mai te teka.
Yeah,
Kia
you're
ora.
lying.
Why are you looking at me
And then
for?
you have to prove it. I can't
bright.
help it. It's the sun's gravitational
You're a
pull.
liar.
It's like I'm just areolaing. I'm like bright colour areolae.
Yeah.
Kia ora.
So that's how it
I
works.
think I was thinking of another word then, and
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
that word.
Yeah, kia ora.
No. Okay.
Anyway, I know you're lying.
Okay.
Hara mai
Hara
te
mai te
teka.
teka.
Mawa e tati.
I'll start.
Okay, cool.
All right. I can name
Yeah.
1 kiwaha.
Oh, I can do 2,
E toru.
I could do 4.
5.
Hara mai te teka.
He just didn't want to go.
I was like, go.
Hara mai te
Damn,
teka.
so
you got
5 kiwaha.
5 kiwaha. Let's go, Marcia. Let's see.
Okay, we'll start with manga manga.
Ah, mate.
Nice.
Don't ask for any translations. Go do your own rango. Hara mai.
Hara mai.
Kiwaha tuatoru. Why have I gone blank?
Because hara mai te teka.
Tō meho.
Tō meho.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
Toru.
Tuawha. Kiwaha.
Oh. Oh.
I feel like Oh, yeah. I don't know if it's true or not. Ka wanike.
Aye.
I'll lock that in.
Are they
Yeah, yeah.
kiwa?
Who cares? Who knows? It is now.
And tuarima. I'm trying to think of Tai Tokerau ones, and I've got nothing. And everybody at home's like, you dummy.
Hara mai te. That's
You
it. Hara
dummy.
mai te.
PC? Tino PC? We can use that as a keyword.
Taringa pisai.
Pisai.
Tēnā koe. Have you seen that sira?
Hey, te sira.
But I think those are kupu. Hoi anō. I
Engari.
did 5 of something.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll
Close
lock that in
enough.
because I would have been like, crickets.
Yeah.
Cricket.
Damn, I was hoping you grabbed it. Anyway, the judges said it was accepted.
Taringa pisai.
Haere tonu, maku e haere nai nei. Ko tāku kia kōrua. Māori designers.
Oh,
Oh, nah.
yeah.
I can name 1.
I can name 2.
I can name 3.
4.
5.
You can.
You can.
6.
I know you're lying.
Right.
You're terrible. You can.
can do
You
it.
can do it, Phoenix. He
do
pago
it.
poto.
Fantastic.
Okay, here we go. 6 Māori designers
Yeah.
because I'm all about the fash.
Are you though?
Kiki.
Yeah.
Māori designer.
yeah, nice.
Kiki. Local Pākehā. Nicola.
Oh, yes. Yep. Te Kiri.
Te Kiri. That's what he was going to say.
Oh, is that not? Is she
Yeah,
Kitty?
Nicola
Oh,
Te Kiri.
Nicola. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then Kitty Nathan.
Oh, kia ora.
And then, how did I do 6?
6.
Been pretty good.
And then
Yeah.
there's Soil and Sand.
Kia ora.
That
He's
count.
like-
They count.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a label. Who else? 5. Rangi puta I te ao. Yeah, no, I thought, I was like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah, nah, you lied.
That's
I don't
I'm
mind
lying,
it.
right.
That was good though. Good effort.
Yeah.
Have you got 2 more? 3 more?
Yeah, Campbell Luke.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Jacqueline. Going through the list.
He Māori as Zambesi?
Carl. Oh, they look like they are, but I
They
think
do.
they're Portuguese.
I
But
reckon they're
born here.
From Te Rarawa pubs.
Yeah, you know what? We're going to claim it.
Yeah.
That BC is actually compete. Compete. Sampese.
All right.
Okay.
Last whanga.
Alrighty. Māori television hosts.
Ooh,
I
okay.
can name 1,
I can name 2.
3,
4,
5.
6.
7.
Hara mai te te.
Okay.
Hara mai te
We're
teka.
not. You can't name us.
Who, me, you and I. Or
No.
Oh, whoa. Is this not a
Okay.
show?
Piata Melbourne, Julian Wilcox.
Julian Wilcox.
I just had a...
Yeah, no, you got nobody.
Te Aniwa Hurihanga Nui,
Oh, kia ora.
Miriam Kamo. How many did I say?
Are you doing reporters or hosts?
Well, they host their section.
Yeah. Hey, host the report.
Tina Whitcliffe.
Yes.
Yep. That's at 5.
Yeah.
How many did I say?
7.
Ah, tino easy. Tano easy. Miss Kahi.
Oh, yeah.
And her show is?
Well, when she hosts the show. Martai Smith.
Oh, kia ora.
Hara
Think,
mai.
oh,
Yeah, no, you're right.
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to be tricky.
And the judges have all agreed.
yeah. How do you know? You haven't got an earpiece. I'm the boss. Nah.
Oh, that was fun.
Well, no, that's Reheko.
Reheko.
Let's commence.
Let's commence. Let's haere tonu. It's time to kōrero with Herenga Kōrero.
Herenga Kōrero, tēnā whakarongo mai. Oh, Marcia,
Tēnā
yes. Here's the puka puka.
Brought to you by our favourite author, Hona Black, and tēnei puka puka pinki nei te tai, Māori wits and humour, and the puka puka name is Te Reo Kape.
Love it.
And he's also got a real cool blue book called Iti Te Kupu, filled with kiwaha, hātauki,
Kupu whakarite.
kupu whakarite, Herenga Kōrero.
Herenga Kōrero,
Tēnā whakarongo mai. And today's
Say it.
kiwaha
Oh.
is, I think it might be pretty easy for you guys, but he upoko maro.
Oh. Now,
Pretty straightforward.
give me your rendition.
Well,
No, I want to hear his first.
yeah, let's go with his.
I'm going for an orator.
You're in the wrong book.
Yeah.
Upoko head, Maro. Yeah.
What?
I think this is
Maro,
got to
how
do...
te maro?
It's like that song of Annie.
Tomorrow, I love ya, tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Can you bring me the tomato sauce?
Yeah.
Oh, kia ora.
Why does he sound like Troy Kingi?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you said it.
So,
Maro.
upoko head, maro is what? Translate maro.
Well, I would love it if you gave me the translation of the maro.
Hard.
Hard.
So this is saying, Marcia, the hard head. And in other words, ooh. Ooh, yeah.
Okay. It's not that. Whatever you're thinking.
Oh, I'm talking about like taiaha, strength, hard, the head, kapow.
I know that's what you're talking about.
The old taiaha.
Not the rako, the taiaha.
Not the racks.
Upoko maro, hard head,
Yeah.
solid.
Solid.
Is this someone with
Like a helmet.
are we going for someone that's big head? Like you're too much. Oh, this person's got a big ego.
Oh.
Kia ora.
Kahore?
So,
Don't say what you're saying.
well, my understanding, I've heard this one before. Upoko maro is someone who's very hard-headed and stubborn.
Take
Ah,
us.
You know,
stubborn.
you're stubborn. You know, you'll tell them something, but they won't bloody listen. Hey, go to the doctors. You've been sick for ages. Oh, whatever,
Oh, you
whatever.
upoko maro.
Upoko maro.
Stubborn.
Yeah. Haere tō upoko maro
Oh.
takutaia.
Take us.
Hiaha te tauira.
Tērā.
That one,
Koera
but
te tauira.
what's the one in the book? What have we got
Well,
there
what the one
Anything
in the book
special?
says, check out Rangi over there. I told him time and time again that he should go and clean up the shed, and now he's hurt himself. Upoko maro.
Upoko maro.
Stubborn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stubborn.
Yeah.
E kore e neke. He won't change his mind. So ara,
like
that's a real simple kiwaha, real simple. Rerenga kōrero.
Rerenga kōrero
Tēnā whakarongo mai. He upoko maro, someone that's real stubborn.
Stubborn,
But you
hard-headed.
could listen. You could look at that the way I did too. But I suppose it's all contextual.
It could be like resilient, hey? You could be
Oh.
talking about some, like, you know how you talk about hammerhead shark, you know? Being
upoko,
tough,
yes.
being strong, being, you know.
Yeah, well, because when you say mahi maro, it's not seen
It's a
in a
good thing,
negative
yeah,
thing.
yeah,
It's seen as
You know,
hard worker.
Hard work. So it could be.
I must use it in the right context.
Yeah, tērā pēr, we might save that for Eru.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because we're sitting around here like we're mātanga reo and everything.
No, ka.
Don't let us hit the
Yeah, don't even
we
try
read it from the book, okay?
Yeah.
Blame hona.
It's a learning
a learning
episode.
episode.
It's about learning.
Hoi anō, that is our kiwaha for today. Upoko maro, stubborn, you can use it any way you want. And that Hona Blacks, puka puka te reo kape kape, iti tukupu iawa.
Nui te kōrero.
Tika. All right, tahi a te marae, whakarite a te whare.
Oh, it's
It
time
is time
for our manuhiri.
for our manu.
Oh my goodness me, I'm so excited. I could just spit, Marcia. I'm very excited about this. Phoenix, this is your mete.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling ready. I'm feeling energized, keen to have a kōrero with my mete. That's right.
Ah, should we get into
Let's
it?
go.
Shao, tukua.
Tēnā koe, Eru Kapa-Kingi e, nau mai ki tēnei hōpunu kōrero e, koe te tiro kingo taia nau mai Eru Kapa-Kingi e, nau mai Eru e.
Manuhiri time, nau mai haere mai hoa, nau mai ki tēnei whare o kōrero, and we're so excited to have you here.
We are so excited. It's the one and only Eru Kapa-Kingi. He's one of three, but look at them. I mean, look at him. We are so chuffed to have you part of our show. As you can probably tell, we're all about ourselves, Te Tai Tokerau, all the greatness that comes from the mighty north. Before we get into the nitty-gritty about who you are, we always do a bit of research on our guests, and today is no different. We have got some great kōrero about who Eru is.
Yes, that's right, Te Whānau. We have the one and only Eru Kapa-Kingi here today to join us. You may recognise him from his Instagram. He's an influencer on Instagram with his political kōrero on Te Whare Kōrero. Make sure, Te Whare Whakaro. So make sure you go follow him on there on the social medias. Youth in politics. The son of Māori Kapa-Kingi, who is the MP for Te Tai Tokerau.
Yes.
One of the founders of Tautoru Limited. One of the creators of Mātātoa, the only te reo nakawhiti event in the world. The one and only Eru Kapa-Kingi here today. Mihi ana e te takutaina.
Kia ora tātou. Hanga haka māna I te ahua wene kōrero mōku hoi anō. Yeah, it's good to be here, te whānau.
Well, we're chuffed to have you here with us. Before we get into our Q&A with you, tell the iwi who you are, where you're from.
Ahau, ko Waku iwi, ko te Aupōuri, ko Ngāpuhi ki te taha o Whangaroa. Aotearoa he pānga hoki ki roto o Waikato me te whānau Apanui. Ko taku ingoa ko Eru. Tupu ake au I roto o te Te Herenga Waka, I roto o whāngarei. I te taha tonu o te rāwhiti, o ne rahi 436.
Yeah.
You know,
436,
that was my hood. Still is my hood.
Yes.
And yeah, kei reira tonu, tō mātou whare, e tūana. I think our whānau's been there for over 60 years.
That's right.
Part of that urban drift, my klani matua moved from Te Hapua into Whangarei when, about 60 years ago, or just over 60 years ago, and brought up there. Studied in Pōneke for about 5 years, and I've been in Tāmaki for going on 5 years.
I love that. Because I interviewed your mum for her mahi, and she mentioned the whare in Onerahi. I think they still live there.
Yeah,
That's
tūtonu ana.
amazing.
Yeah, it's our papakainga, really.
Cool.
And that's the place where my mum grew up, and obviously where we grew up as well. So pretty special.
People that know who you are very, very active Māori in society. You've got your fingers on the pulse of all the pies. Like they are just baking and going for it, right? But where did it all start for you? What happened? Because I remember you back in the day as a dancer. Where did it all start for you to go, there's a little transition here and I'm clicking into this?
Yeah, poitera. I couldn't really put like my finger on the moment, I guess, where things change. And actually, I don't even think there was a moment like that. But the way that we were brought up was always, we had parents that believed in us 100%. And so growing up, it's like I knew I could do anything I wanted to do. And I believed that I could do that to a high standard, whether that was being a dancer or being someone that's politically vocal.
Yes.
And going to university and all those things. Like there was that whakapono that our parents inculcated within us. Through our upbringing. So I guess where I am now is just a result, a manifestation of that.
Yeah, that's really cool because, it is your parents and all of that. And I love your kōrero, but you've got your fingers in all the pies, but you're like a master at all of them.
Yeah.
Where did that drive come from? Like to be not only just doing it and believing you can do it, but if you're doing it, you're doing it excellently.
Correct. Do the do.
Kia ora. I think like we were talking about, I heard you fellas talking about te reo Māori and this thing about being a mātanga reo, and which I wouldn't say I am, but I have put a lot of hours and effort and years actually into to knowing how to speak Māori. And that's just one example, I guess, of something that I've like looked, I've reflected on like my parents and my mum. She was on her own journey when we were born and since us te kohanga, but at the same time trying to relearn her reo herself. And so like reflecting on that and the older generation and the amount of effort that they've put in, it's like it's almost a disservice if we're not committing ourselves as well to the same kaupapa and trying to take it to another taumata, really. So I think that's where a lot of my drive comes from, is just te anga ki muri kia pai ai te anga mua.
Yeah, and you do a lot of mahi, Brian. It's, rangatira tō mahi. And I love your mum and dad. They're amazing. But your Papa Korotangi is just the most humblest man you'll ever meet in the world. So if you get the privilege to meet Papa Korotangi, amazing. As he had a lot to do, I know, because you guys are very close. Has your guys' relationship had a lot to do with the person you are today, how you are a father to your new Pepe, who's just, come into the world, all of that?
Yeah, for sure, bro. And I just want to say Dad's in London at the moment. Whakailu ana I tētahi pau nā tana tupuna toru I mahi nā te wiata. So he's on a bit of an excursion, and it's cool to see because those who know Dad, he doesn't really do things for himself, but he's on this big trip. So it's cool to see that. The presence of, I guess, my papa and how he's been in our upbringing has always been, he's a humble fella, and I don't know if the same can be said for me, but at least that example, I've seen that growing up and what it means to be selfless and to give everything. Kia ora pai, ngā tamariki, ngā uri. So as a new father now, I feel a bit more comfortable knowing, I've seen te tauira. Whai nei ahau tēnā tauira.
Coming from the north, because let's be honest, we're very loud people in the north, and so we should be. And loud and more, wearing a fluoro outfit. But in more ways than just being vocal, we're loud in terms of we do things on a different scale, and we make sure people can see it and then believe it and go out and carry it like a domino effect. But when it comes to politics of the North, we're even louder when that happens. What made you really get into politics in terms of the group you're with Te Pāti Māori? Your mum is in Parliament, but where did that journey start from?
I've always had like a nose for injustice, like,
Right.
and kind of being able to see that. And so going back to where we were brought up in Onelahi and kind of the valley where the hood is of
Yes.
Onelahi, like there's even just going into Onelahi, like many suburbs and communities across Aotearoa, you can see the divide. And so we grew up in the part where there were lots of gang whānau, and then the school that we went to was a Decile 1 school, mostly Māori kids, and then up the hill you go over to the other primary and it was like that's where all the rich kids were.
Right.
So I grew up seeing that divide and not being okay with it. And like we were like the rich kids at a poor school, if that makes sense. And so I saw like these kids coming to school, they got no lunch, you know, and they got no shoes and like those sorts of things.
Wow.
I thought, and we were all good. We always had kai. We weren't
Yes.
like super rich, but we had everything. We had kai, we had clothes. And I used to see these kids come to school and I think, bro, that's not right. Like, why is that? And this was from a very young age. I
Wow.
could sense that.
And it had a effect on you then.
Yeah, for sure. And it kind of like once we had the privilege in getting scholarships to go to a private school, there was an even greater exposure to kind of what's really out there
Yes.
and the inequities of wealth and those sorts of things. And I thought, okay, well, I got this opportunity now, this privilege now, like, what are you going to do with it? And so, and I guess I've had an instinct for politics too. So I've
Yes.
seen the effect of it and thinking, this is where it all starts. Like, that's the epicenter of our oppression as a people. So I think, well, if you really want to make a difference, koia te rā ko te wāhi, hei pākanga.
Aye.
Yeah, that's massive.
Yeah, and you've always maintained, right, that that Māori have always been political. You know, the political space is not something new to Māori. It's not something new to hapu iwi whānau. You've always maintained that, and I've heard you share that kōrero before. So I guess what was the, you know, what's it, because you have worked so hard to get your mum to where she is now. You know, what was the feeling of the whānau once, you know, kia tuki pai ai tēnā, like, wawata, you know, what was the feeling for your whānau when you finally did that?
Yeah, it was obviously a feeling of elation, like, and because 3 years prior to the recent campaign we lost, right? So there was like this fire in our puku, like, we got to try win this one. But even when we did win it, it was like, oh, the mahi's just started. So it's kind of, like a mixed feeling of feeling excited, but then also feeling like, okay, well, this isn't the time to just, you know, sit around and clap. Mahi a
There's
te
more
mahi.
mahi, yeah.
Yeah, and e kore te rei mutu e. So,
Yeah.
that's where our whānau's at. And at the moment, we're at a figuring out stage of kind of how that mahi works in the office, outside of the house as well, and then balancing our whānau life as well, because that's important, especially with mum and papa both got 4 mokos now.
And they are booked and busy.
Yeah. So, it's a journey, bro, but haere ana.
Yeah. Tell us about your siblings. You know, has that contributed to you being who you are today, like in a way that it's made it easier, or, you know?
Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, kapoe. So my 2 brothers, and I was the third one to come out. So ko hau te mātā muri o mātou tokotoru. The first one was Hemi, koe te mātā mua, and then tipene te wainga, hau te mātā muri o te tokotoru, and then our little sister Tōrere came about 4 or 5 years after that. But yeah, I love my siblings, and I've always felt grateful to always have kind of mates growing up, you know, and especially with my brothers at school, and that, like, when we went to a private school, it's heaps of Pākehā, so it was hard to make friends, but we had each other.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And it's like, people ask me all the time, you know, what's it like being a triplet? And I think, I don't really know what it's like not being a triplet, but I don't want to know what that feels like either. And with our little sister as well, she keeps us in check. She's the boss, the queenie of te whānau. Admittedly the favourite of both mum and dad, which is good by us too, because she's our favourite.
And because you're also, you all strive for excellence, right?
Yes.
So, Tipene with his mahi, you're a qualified lawyer now.
Objection overruled since
Objection.
Jane.
And so you're a lawyer. Tipene with his accountancy mahi, Hemi is studying to be a psychologist, Tōrere is the queen of the whānau.
I love it.
Or advisors, and then
Te reo teachers, you're lecturing at Auckland University.
amazing.
It seems to me, or to everyone from outside looking in, that you guys as a unit just can't be stopped. Which then leads me to my next point. When do you run for Prime Minister?
It's not the first time I've been asked this. The thing is, like, in this current political climate, to run for Prime Minister, you'd have to run for a major party, which is something I could never do, really.
Yes.
But theoretically, you can still have a Prime Minister from a minor party.
Absolutely.
Depending on the numbers
Correct.
to make up the coalition government and I guess really the leverage at any point in time after an election.
It has happened.
Yes,
Yeah.
it has. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a possibility, but I think we as a nation are still kind of like stuck in this first past the post, major party, dominant privileged system. So I think a tōna wāpea, it's not like I'm chasing that. If the opportunity comes and I'm ready for it, ka pai, but ko te tangata tika, koe e tēnā. Yeah.
Just back into politics again. I'm a big political fan. I love how politics... Well, I'm a big Parliament TV fan. I mean, don't judge me, everybody.
You binge watch it.
I binge watch it. I watch the repeat. I love the queue at the question time. But for those people who don't get politics and think it's a waste of time or this and that, what would you say to any young Māori, rangatahi, wherever, especially for Te Tai Tokerau, why politics are important? Why are they important to you?
Well, what I'd say is politics is like the invisible hand that controls everything. Right, so it's like when you go to the gas station, you're like, bro, why is this so expensive to fill up my car? That all goes back to decisions made at a political level and cabinet by ministers around where money is allocated, how 100%. The economy is to run, all of those things. So as much as we try and run away from it, you can't.
Correct.
It's unavoidable. And to be honest, like humans essentially are political beings. Animals are political, right? So that's the whole process of evolution. Of evolution is political. So if we are avoiding that, it's like you're trying to kind of enjoy a cup of tea in a burning whare, right? So it's like
Wow,
you can't ignore that.
it doesn't apply to me. Keep drinking your tea.
I think the walls are falling down. Everything's falling down, but keep drinking your tea. It's a very good analogy.
Yeah, and people will say like, I don't really do politics, and I'm like, bro,
You
I
actually
thought
are.
politics will do you.
Yeah.
So unless you're prepared and you're thinking about these things and conscious about them.
That's right. You actually, when people say that, I'm not into politics, it's like, well, actually, you actually are. You just don't know that it's having that you're having effects on you all the time, but you just sort of put it aside or drink that cup of tea, the walls are falling down.
And that's what the upper hand rely on.
Yes.
You're complaining about tax and the price of living and the price of kai.
That is affecting you.
Politics
doing
you.
Well, we love that you're involved in politics because you really do set a really high bar and a really good, great volume behind what you do. I mean, if you look at the last few years in terms of what you've achieved and your whānau have achieved, it's a really strong movement. And I love that a lot of it is extremely positive. It really builds something in us. It really does. Like it just makes you feel, yes, we've got some great people in there who are not afraid to really speak out against things that may be okay for others, not okay for them, but if there's no one speaking about it, then it just gets sort of swept under the carpet. And I think you're a strong example of doing that. So,
Not to mention, like, it's the look factor as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, you look like our rangatahi. You
Correct.
Look like us.
someone that they would want to follow.
yes.
Yeah.
I like the fact, Marcia, that I feel like I'm... How old are you? 20.
Where's uncle and auntie?
Like the auntie and uncle.
It's true though, right? So if whānau can see themselves in that space, then they will more likely to vote. So if they see someone who looks like them,
100%.
talks like them, behaves like, and is from their space, then they're more likely to participate. Because why would we participate if everyone looks like not us, doesn't
Correct.
speak like us, doesn't understand us?
And what,
So other than your politics, we know you are doing the mahi, but other than that, you have another pōtai where you look after mātātoa, big on hauora, big on te reo.
Yes.
So what better thing to do than combine the two and create mātātoa, an amazing,
Yeah.
the only reo Māori CrossFit event in the world. I mean, it's growing even bigger this year.
Yeah, and those kaupapa are really like whānga i te mauri, te wairua, because the political scene, to be fair, it feels like a lot of the time you're on the defensive, which is necessary.
Yes.
But then we forget to be to shift to kind of the offensive or the positive side of like, actually, no, let's do something that promotes hauora, te reo Māori, and find kaupapa outside of the political scene, but also part of our everyday lives, you know, and how do we make those more Māori? How do we decolonize those spaces and make our whānau feel more comfortable in every kind of aspect of their lives? Kōrero Māori, haere ki te gym, you know, e rā mea. So yeah, that's really the crux of those kaupapa and going mean so far.
Yeah, because you have been quite an active, you and your siblings been quite active in terms of dance, and that's like physical stuff all the time, and you watch it going, how are you doing that? Why are you doing that? But
Answers.
yeah, but yeah, you're like the Fitspo. Fitspo-tanga is hard with you. Why? Why go, you know what, I'm really going to just be the hauora god? like why? Why do it? Why not just go, I've got so many caps, portai I'm wearing right now, I'm just going to just stick to one. No, I'm going to do the whole buffet and then add more to my buffet.
Put in the buffet.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, like, it's a hard balance. I think matatini was a main motivator for me, so I was thinking, like, I'm going to stand on stage in front of, like, thousands of people with my shirt off. That's going to get you up and go train, But especially now that I've got my son, I'm kind of trying to figure out, okay, how do I do this, if at all? But it's, I kind of think, what's the example that I'm setting? I can't be running a comp called Mātātoa if I'm not walking the talk myself, you know? And it's a lifestyle way. So I'm trying to just keep reinforcing it as a lifestyle habits, which, I think I first joined up at a gym when I was like 15, Kensington, which we've been
whakare, yes.
So it's definitely like part of like my identity or lifestyle is just to hauora, you know, te rā taha, and it's transferred me into, I guess, dance and kapahaka. And, so if I all of a sudden stopped training, that would be weird. So
I love that. I wonder if I'll get to that stage. Where it's weird. At the moment, it's not quite weird. Hoi anō, all of this, you know, all your pōtai, what do you do for you?
Oh, good question.
That's something that I've been on my own journey with probably in the last 2 or 3 years at the moment, figuring out, because when I was like at the peak of my kind of like my hair period, when I was like full-time lawyer and all that stuff, like I did not do anything for myself, and I just burnt out, and I kind of like have been talking with my partner and seeking help too around like, okay, how do I manage that stuff? How do I embody like self-aroha, which is something I like, more than happy with being open about, especially with our Tāne, because it's like, that's just not a thing.
Correct.
Like, and even, if we were to ask, like if I was to ask the bro, and even maybe you as well, like, what do you do as a means of self-aroha? Like, a lot of my bros would be like, bro, I don't, you know?
Yeah, you're
and
so
how
right.
do it there? Like, so right. It's like, I've been trying to figure out like what's for me, what's something that I can do that's like unproductive.
Yeah.
And that's actually, you know, he tānga manawai, tānga wairua. So I don't know, it's like little stuff, just having days at home where I just watch Yellowstone or, or you know, just do absolutely nothing. Like, and that's been real nice. And especially, again, having my son is kind of like, I need to be more on with this, because if Papa's off, then the whare's off. So it's like, I actually owe it to my son to look after myself first and foremost in order to...
It's the whole idea when you're on a plane, isn't it? They always tell you to put your oxygen mask on first in order to help others. So if you're not looking after yourself or your health and investing in you first, how are you then able to then relay that onto someone else?
Bro. And I think like it's actually, we've all probably experienced it growing up, like, because our parents are mahi dogs. Like,
yes, 100%.
And we sit and it's always like, nah, you know, no rest days, go, you know, mahi. E kore te kaupapa e mutu, and like, and you think, did our tupuna really live like this? Like, I've been more critical about that kind of kaupapa mentality and thinking, I don't think that's it. Like, the maramataka literally prescribes periods where, you know, milk.
That's
right. So I've been more critical about that and thinking, nah, like, and I think our tupuna would have wanted us to enjoy the life that we're living.
Your success is not burning out.
And I kind of hope that our tupuna was sitting on the banks of the Hātea River sipping on kumaraho. Like, come on now.
They're like, fiddle today. Let's have kumaraho.
Because they've done the mahi mara.
the mahi maro first, and let's go and chill by the river,
But
girl.
I think that stems from like you said, our parents are all mahi dogs, all of them.
Yeah.
But I think it stems from the necessity of it, right? Like we always feel like Māori and our needs and our wants and our hauora are on the back foot. So if we take a rest, then the things we are pushing take a rest as well.
That's right.
So we've got to try and like not wear the weight of the world, on our shoulders. Just quickly, I know because your whānau, you and your brothers specifically are real big on men's mental health as well, which is kind of what we're headed to. Hear me with this kaupapa soften up, bro, as well as the studies to be a study in psychology. And you guys have always been someone that I could lean on, when I needed to, when times were tough, or if I'm, I need advice on this and how can I this, and also what's the best clothes to wear because I'm feeling ugly today. All of those sort of cord.
I love this fit.
Yeah, well,
I was you. I love it.
So, does that play a big part in your life, having your brothers, having your circle to be able to rely on to look after you through all this heavy mahi, because the political stuff, the hauora stuff, mahi maro.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro. Like, ko taku whānau, taku pā kai riri. So it's like that, te rā kōrero, if you imagine like a pā, and pā tū wata ka kai te riri, kind of like weathering the waves of negativity, and that's for me is kind of what my whānau is and what all whānau should be, really, like as your safe place, as your place of counselling, even like if you need it, and always, and I feel grateful and lucky as well that I've got my whānau to lean on in times, and we can all lean on each other in times that we need to, and not like we've mastered it, like we're still figuring it out. We still have, raru just like every other whānau, but what Mum and Papa have always taught us here, mea nui te kōrero, so they've always like embedded the importance of just talk about it, speak about it. So kuia,
So cool.
I love it. I feel really inspired.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Run for PM.
PM.
Yeah.
Part,
Rainbow
part time.
flag.
No, you're a vibe, Eru. We are very much very proud of what you do in our community. And especially the fact that you are, as we said earlier, you're actually one of the faces that our own people that watch, you are the face of that. Like you are rangatahi, you are doing things, you are in the hauora stuff. You're not just sort of talking about it and there you are going, oh, he oompa loompa. You're actually doing it. And you're a great example of that. No, truly. Before we say haere rā mā te wā hoki ki te kāinga, any words you've got to say to the iwi?
Well, just kia kaha tātou, and there's so much stuff going on right now.
Yes.
And it can be ultimately distracting. So don't forget what makes us magic, what makes us amazing people, and hold on to that, and make sure that our kids remember that too, like and know that, and that's like first and foremost. And mōhia ana rātou, he rangatira hau, he rangatira tātou. So no matter what's happening, puritia te rā whakaro kia u kia mau.
Ora.
The one and only, everybody, Eru Kapa-Kingi!
Ara mai.
Amazing. What a vibe. Yeah.
E tuku mihi atu ana ki a koe o tira ki tō whānau o pukenga rau e kore ngā mihi e mutu ngā manakitanga o te runga rawa ki runga i a koe i tō pēpi hou a tō hoa rangatira tō whānau katoa e mihi ana.
Tēnā tātou.
He's a man. What a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
Mighty
Good man. Love it. Well, Eru, thank you so much, buddy. I feel really inspired just by sitting next to him. Like, you know when you meet people and you know them, if you don't meet them and you think, who are they? But then someone sits next to you, like on a bus, right? You're sitting on a bus. I don't really do public transport, just FYI.
Yes.
But if you're sitting there on a plane, on a bus,
Having privilege.
and then you don't know who you're going to sit next to, and then they sit there and you either get a vibe with them or you don't.
Yeah.
And there's certain people that just give you instant vibe. You can feel that their wairua is good, they've got great intention, they're out there doing the do, they're not there to sort of bask in their own glory, they're there to actually give the glory and other things to other people and make them feel them a piki te ora and everything. And I get that from Eru.
It doesn't have anything to do with the fact that you think he's super handsome, does it?
Well, it does help.
Well, with the kōrero, I get that same thing.
Yeah.
Like, ka toko ake te pātai.
Yeah.
Am I doing enough?
Correct.
You
Yeah,
know,
well,
for, you know, for our iwi, for our people. What am I doing? Like, heck, am I doing 100,000 things?
look, but
what am I doing?
You are adding a lot. We are adding entertainment
rhetorical.
factor. Yes, great. We're just giving you the feels, girl.
Thank you.
We are doing a lot.
Also, tērā taha o te korikori tinana. What am I doing?
Yes.
And he didn't even say that, you know, but it inspires me
inspires you
to go and
Well,
think about
you
it
train with
and
him,
do it.
Phoenix. Maybe we should
I
all
train him. I don't train with him. Hey, you're welcome.
We should do a training session with him.
Yeah, we'll film it.
Let's do it. Put it on the table. We're doing a Chinese session with it.
But what a vibe, though. But yes, beautiful people, Eru Kapa-Kingi, one and only, the man.
Ai, kua tō te rakirunga I tō tātou hōtaka mo te rangi nei.
Already?
And what a great hōtaka that was, even if we say so ourselves. Hoi anō, we are still shamelessly Te Tai Tokerau. This is Kōrero, kua hau tēnei ko Māsia Hopa, Mauri ora.
Ai, Phoenix Roka tēnei, e tuku mihi ana ki a koutou. Tiha.
And I'm Luke Bird, the Birdman. Cuckoo! And next week, we've got another fantastic episode. You do not want to swipe left, go up, heart that, do this. You want to stick around right here at NZME iHeartRadio's podcast, Kōrero, because next week, Marcia, give us a little tea-fitty.
Tīwhiri, he's the king of the jungle. He's on film and television. He's a fashionista.
Ooh. Disney?
Phoenix.
Disney.
We've got Disney star, that is right. Matata Stokes is joining our show next week, Iti Iwi, so you've got to stick around for this one because he's the man as well.
Ai. Stick around, ki tēnei hōtaka. Kōrero!
Yeah.
Tahi.
Rua!
Toru ngā mea.
Woohoo! Kōrero!
Yeah.